Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Hasbanallahu wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. It's Monday. It's raining out there, so you want to be careful with your children while they go to school. And you also want to be cautious with how you protect yourself. This morning is a mix of a throwback session, and then we will look at the real issues. We have constantly been told that we have to see something and say something. At least that is what our national security people, they send us messages on our phones. And I'm sure you've gotten one of those text messages. See something, say something. Now, when you see something and say something, the question is, what you see and say, is it heard and adhered to? That's the question. I'll come to that. But congratulations and all the best to all our BEC candidates who are sitting for their exams. I know many of them are Johnny's Bite fans. They are getting ready to go to school. Please go out there, write the paper, break a leg. By all means, make sure you are working towards your first choice. Yeah? By all means. So go write the paper. May God give you retentive memory and everything, and go and deliver. But back to the see something, say something conversation. See something, say something conversation. We are told to see something and say something. And then when we see something and say something, nothing happens. The traffic lights, for example, in Accra are not working. I don't know about Kumasi, Tamale, Takrady, Ho, whatever it is. But the traffic lights in Accra, they are not functioning. The traffic lights around the Ridge Hospital, Ridge Runabout, those around the President's house at Nima, all the traffic lights that I've used over the weekend are not working. And they didn't start not working just this weekend. It's been there for about a week or more around Asylum, down all those places. The traffic lights are just not functioning. But this morning, somebody will take his bath, eat breakfast, tell his family that he's going to work or she's going to work. And the traffic lights are not working, but they will be comfortable to go to work and return. Then when they finish, they'll come and tell you to see something and say something. What we have seen and what we say, are they in tandem? Do they listen to us? Do they listen to us? Listen to Ace broadcaster Kwesi Chedakwa. Listen to him.
Look, we are not talking like people who have brains. We have brains. We did not go to school to learn common sense. We went to school to learn trades. But as for common sense, it is taught at home. And when you are sufficiently taught common sense, then you get the rarest form of common sense, which is wisdom. If we say we are broke, and we cannot even get hospital beds, and pregnant women are sleeping on the floor before they deliver, and good fathers who have worked and paid their taxes all the years will drive to the front of a hospital and die in a car because there is no bed. Why do we have so many? Look, if you gave me, Kwesi Chedakwa, the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, I will run the whole place with a total staff of 70 people. I said so. Whoever wants to challenge me, come and sit with me, I'll show you. But I don't even want an appointment. Because right now the corruption is so bad, anybody who is not already in there, don't take an appointment. You would disgrace yourself. I don't even want an appointment.
Let me
and I've never asked for one from anybody. You know why? I am so friggin' content. Look, if you arrive in a Rolls Royce, I will walk and I'll get a seat before you. Not only in Ghana, but in all the best places to eat around the world. You may pay more, but I will get a seat before you. Why? Because I'm kind to the waiters. That's it. And if you think the customer is king, let me tell you what, the waiter is the emperor.
That is Ace broadcaster Kwesi Chedakwa. He spoke truth. What he said is truth. But you know what? While we are being asked to see something and say something, right? the very people asking us to see something who also form the government, which is the party, they send people to come and attack his personality because they say his son is trans. So now they don't listen to what you're saying, but they are attacking you. In the meantime, some of them would not have had jobs if it had not been for politics. Oh yes, we went to school with some of them. They go and ask for teachers. They go and ask lecturers for Apo. Yes, I'm telling you. Some of them would not have had work to do if it had not been for politics. But they will turn around because he's speaking the truth. And then when they finish, they say, see something, say so. I say, this whole see something, say something mantra. What exactly is it? Is it to fool the people? To make people think that they have to see something and say something, and to put all of us in a state of fear because the government is paranoid? Because the government knows what to do, but yes, it's not doing it. There's $1 million under somebody's bed. The Attorney General is leading us on somebody said wild goose chase to go and find out how the 1 million suddenly becomes 800,000 US dollars and 200,000 US dollars. Mind you, the original charge sheet, which we saw, which was published by the Chronicle newspaper on the front page, mentioned $1 million, 300,000 euros, and it mentioned other elements, right? Then we get an editorial that tells us that 200,000 belongs to Cecilia Dapa, 800,000 belongs to the late brother of Cecilia Dapa. It was in a box with a padlock in front, blah, blah, blah. And then the Attorney General writes to disintegrate in the same manner and tells us to go and chase the money and find out who owns the money. Then I asked the question the other time. So if, for example, the Attorney General decides to file a nolle prosequi, which the Attorney General does anyway, as a matter of right. Because when people were chased out of, they went to the court to harass the judge. When people went to move the National Security Coordinator, representative of the President, the Ashanti region, we filed a nolle prosequi. So if the Attorney General files a nolle prosequi, who will be asking those questions? Who will be asking those questions? Who will be asking those questions? And when they finish, they tell us to see something and say something. People are hungry. People are hungry, but they are not angry yet. People are hungry. The concept of you telling us that you have cleaned the banking sector, the banks are okay to run with. The banks are clean, squeaky clean, we can keep our monies there. You decide to keep your money at home. And I've spoken to too many senior citizens who say they are not comfortable with that conversation. Then somebody comes to tell us that, oh, it is because of a certain historical past that people had, that when you kept your money in the bank and they see it, so the people who kept their monies at home and all of that. What kind of narrative is this? What kind of cleaner man job is that? You tell me to go and keep my 2,000, 4,000 in the bank. Then you keep $1 million at home. And now we are being even told that 800,000 is this 1 million. Now the wife is even claiming the 800,000. If you say it's for my husband, then let me go and collect the money. Listen to presidential aspirant Kwabena J.J. Listen to him.
Of our values as a country. The narrative that has gained currency, which is that you go into politics to make money, that narrative should disappear. And the only people who can make it disappear is we, the politicians.
But Manado said the same thing. He said,
that's no matter.
You're looking forward to making money in my government. Don't come close. Go into the private sector.
I think the media loves it.
It turns out that, you know, just
look,
talk.
my name is Kwabena Ejapong,
Right.
and my word is my bond. And I've been in government before. I have a record that you can look at. As press secretary to Kufuor for close to 6 years. I didn't go in there to go and fill myself, to go and build up my real estate. Fortunately for me, as a civil engineering consultant, I built myself a modest place of residence before I became press secretary. So it wasn't attractive for me to come and stay in cantonments or Laboni. I stayed in my own house in East Legon. I still stay there. I'm happy there. I want Ghanaians to have that spirit of contentment. It's the Lord that gives you that. You know, and it's important that the younger generation, when you look at them now, everybody wants to be rich the day before yesterday. It cannot happen that way. I mean, as a young civil engineer doing my national service, I stayed in one room in Jolu. You understand? In fact, I was sharing with my mate, Johnnie, who rose to become Deputy Chief Executive of Ghana Highway Authority. One bed here, one bed there. You understand? It takes time. Then you build. That is what we should do.
Where did that insatiable desire for wealth overnight come from?
It's sad.
Well, that's presidential hopeful Kwabena J. Japan. And I've asked the question why all of them have a new vision and why they are not giving it to the president. He particularly told me here that, look, he has not had the opportunity to meet the president. This is the former general secretary of the party. So ideally, he should have an opportunity to interact with the president as and when. It was under Kwabena J. Japan, Paul Afoko and Sami Krab, who were sacked from the MPP for speaking truth to power. That we were told that the president will frequent the party office on a monthly basis. You remember that? On a monthly basis. It was one of the things that was sold to us. We voted for Nanado. The people voted for Nanado. 1 million votes. And over. Today, any like the pastor said, are you? But we should have seen the red flags. Because what the president said, that if you want to make money, don't come closer to my government, go into the private sector. And what we are seeing now, it's a totally different story. And you speak to senior MPP people, and they are not too happy. Show me that newspaper cutting. You see senior MPP people. Look, zoom it out for me. These are the particulars of national officers of the New Patriotic Party submitted to the Electoral Commission for registration June 1992. Zoom it out to Greater Accra region. Greater Accra region, Samuel Arthur Odoe Sykes, Accra. That's my grandfather right there. My grandmother is Susanna Odole Sykes. That's my grandfather right there. So we don't come from a hungry place where we have suddenly come to see and then we are chopping nyafu nyafu. No. That's my grandfather right there. First name, Samuel Arthur Odoe Sykes. That's my grandfather. Right there. So I'm not there because somebody likes me because I belong to a political wing or I'm affiliated to a political whatever it is. I am where I am because they taught me discipline. I am where I am because patriotism was imbibed into me. I'm where because I am because nationalism was soaked into me. And all the values you can think about. Properly trained. It is not about it is not about what you have come to see and what you can own and what you can take. That insatiable and devilish agenda of owning everything is bad. You meet young people who have not worked before. Their preoccupation is to get into government, get into politics, and make the most money. Where did they come from? That's what Engineer Kwabena J. Japan is talking about. That's what KKD spoke about. We may not insult Engineer Kwabena J. Japan, but we insult KKD because he is speaking truth to power. But it was KKD and a few others that met the president, the candidate, the now president, the arts and whatever this forum. And they gave him sound advice. If he had done at least half of the things that they suggested to him, Freche Mensa, KKD, all those people, if he had done at least half of what the things that they told him, we wouldn't be here. He promised arts people, theaters in all the regions. Where are they? Where are they? You promised the studios. Where are they? Promise and fail president. Where are they? Where are they? And we should have seen the red flag. Show me the IEA post. I put up an IEA 4th of August 2016. And I prepared this material for 4th of August because we're celebrating Founders Day, whether with an apostrophe S or S apostrophe or without apostrophe. Show it. The Institute of Economic Affairs, Public Policy Institute. It says press release, 4th of August. That's where I posted this. And I asked again, because it has been postponed about twice already. And I asked again. We regret to inform the general public and all our invited guests that the IEA evening encounter with Honorable Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, scheduled for 9th of August 2016, has been postponed until further notice. Who signed the notice? Put the name up. Jean Adukwe Mensah, who is now our electoral commissioner. She was the head of the IEA. Nana Addo failed to appear before the IEA. And we know that it is an executive director, Jean Adukwe Mensah, 4th of August 2016. When I saw this, I said, again, these were the red flags. We didn't see it. We didn't see the red flags. We didn't see the red flag. Play my last video for me.
Jay, I am the head pastor of Evangelical Methodist Church, Joshua Kwame Ampadu Cathedral. We are located at Accra, Asalam Down, near the runabout. This demonstration is a peaceful demonstration. We are not going to destroy any state property. We are not against NDC nor MPP, but we are against the bad leadership of this nation, the bad governance of this nation. Nowadays, our church members, when they come to church, they can't give offering. They can't pay their tithe because all our members are broke. There are no jobs in this our nation. That is why I have joined.
And Osafo was complaining at the demonstration. He said, brothers only pay tithes. They don't pay offering. The money no they come. Yet it's castle. So come there. And so now my mama born into. The president told us that. Today things have gone from bad to worse to even if there's a term like worse, I would use that. It's gone from bad to worse. And the president is sitting pretty, still dancing at parties. And then we are being told to see something and say something. What we have seen and said, if the president had listened to us, we will not be where we are. Cut down the size of your government. He won't do it. Cut down your cost of expenditure. He won't do it. Stop the wastage. He won't do it. Because his only dream, now I'm believing that his only dream is that he wanted to be president of the republic. And he has achieved it. So now, like Martin Kpebu says, the president has checked out. He doesn't care anymore. The people he ate banku with, the people he wore that old kambu and was walking around, and he had to be even presented to him and say, oh, take this new pair of camp boot and change it. Those people, he lied to all of us.